Hello, everybody. It is Rose Bouquet. Welcome back. Go ahead and hit like and subscribe. I know it's been a while. All right. Well, let's just go ahead and jump into it. Today, I have a bone to pick with Emma Chamberlain. Now, she has been doing podcasts, and not only her own podcasts but other people's podcasts. And typically, when you do other people's podcasts, especially the Call Your Daddy podcast or whatever the podcast that she was on is called, it's usually just to be catty, right? I mean, because if you, I mean, she has her own podcast to be catty on. You don't need to go be catty on other people's podcasts, but it's the same stories over and over. And then I don't hate Emma, right? I just think she's misguided. She's definitely an only child. She actually is coming off very entitled and bratty, and I'm going to go over that. And, this is something that she can correct quickly and, take care of. Whether she will or not, I don't know. It's LA. She's got tons of money. She's like partying with musicians there now. Billie Eilish, I guess, is and her boyfriend and such. So, but let's just go over why I think that she's a little bratty and entitled. So when she first started her videos, what made her popular and what started the ball rolling is that her videos were unique. She would make videos and then she would spend time editing those videos to be very funny, right? It was the humor in them is why people like to watch it. It was funny because she would, the way she edited her videos was genius. I had never seen it done like that before, where she like twists her face up and like blurs out the voice, and it's just, I don't know, it's a very funny way to edit the videos. I don't know where her influence came from that. Nobody's ever asked her that, but that would be a good question to ask her was she influenced by anybody? Because she was pretty much the first one I saw making videos like that. And they were unique, they were funny, and they were enjoyable to watch, And she did make me laugh. I actually laughed at a lot of her earlier videos. Now, I didn't see her videos until she actually moved to LA. So, she was not that popular. So when she got to LA, okay, so first of all, she started off, just doing it by herself at school. And then she started doing videos with, I guess, the Gertie's group is the group with the Ellie Thuman girl and Hannah Maloche, I believe is her name. So those three would videos. And, those videos were okay. I mean, I liked how good of friends they were, or seemed to be, but it wasn't her normal quirky self in her own videos, which was like the real entertainment when she would, I don't know, it was just funny when she was in her car driving by herself, and some of the stuff she would say would just like crack me up. But, she had several very funny videos. So let's skip forward though. So it wasn't until she moved to LA and started collabing with the Dolan twins and James Charles that she started getting a huge following, right? I think she may have probably, I mean, if you can look back on her videos, she wasn't getting millions of views. She was only, I mean, I think if she hit 1 million, I'd have to go back and look. But I know her first Dolan twin video with James Charles, that's when she blew up. So everybody in LA collabs, and it was an interesting time for YouTube at that time, because it's almost like, she was coming up and then James Charles was coming up and the Dolan twins were just kind of like, whatever, we'll collab. I'm not even sure why they decided to do it. Maybe they liked Emma, and I'm pretty sure James Charles probably liked her too. So they all decided to collab together when she came to LA. Those are the people she collabed with. That's the group she chose to collaborate with. Now, she didn't know anybody in LA, so she had there was another girl that was from actually the group, the Gerties. Olivia was actually is still friends with some of those girls in that group. And then she met Amanda through her, and those were her new friends. She kind of like, and the other girls don't live in LA. So that when they say, oh, why the Gerties? Why the Gerties? Well, it's really, they weren't in LA. I think Ellie lives in, does she live in Texas, or I can't remember where she lives. I know it's not LA. It's like, might be, it's not New Mexico. It's somewhere hot. I think it's Arizona, I believe. It's Arizona, I believe. Anyways, somewhere hot. And then Hannah Maloche also doesn't live. She lives somewhere cold, like in the Midwest somewhere. That's where her family is and stuff. So, so a lot of it can, really boil down to the fact that they don't even live near each other. So it was like, for them to see each other, they would have to fly and then stay. It was just a lot of work. And then I think it just, it just made sense for her to find local girls to hang out with. So a little bit after making those videos with the Dolan twins, she blew up, right? Like, she got a lot of followers. Now, she was new to LA, so, she was going out with those girls and, living her life. And, I think she met that boy, Aaron. I can't remember his name. Starts with an H. Aaron. I know too much about her. But the point I'm getting to is that she stopped collabing with people when she started getting, like, when she got enough followers. So I think it was like when she started getting like 5 or 6 or 7, 5 or 6 million. It's like she had enough, that was going to be enough money for her. Like, I don't even think she's even going for superstardom. I mean, if she was, she would have continued to collab. She wouldn't have, lost touch with these people. She would still be actually collabing with people, because every person that you collab with, they might not have known you. So when you collab, they're like, oh, well, this girl seems cool. Let me go ahead and follow her. That's what collaborations are. And it's almost like she moved to LA in a sweet spot where James Charles was it was just like a perfect storm, right? She just collabed with just the right people at just the right times. It's very interesting. Because now it just seems like a lot of people are very bitter. Nobody's really collabing. There's COVID. And I don't really know any up-and-comers. I mean, there's no one really like her. She is unique on her own. But what I'm saying is that she seems very self-conscious, very paranoid, and actually super insecure about people using her for fame. And I understand, but at the same time, I don't, because that's what she did. When she was like, wanting to get famous, she was acting silly. She was acting out. She was going to, I didn't even know they had those. I didn't know she was going to like YouTube conventions, and you can see that she was doing all the things, right? She was going to the YouTube conventions, doing like the meetups, and then she was like, she moved to LA and collabed with like the biggest people she could collab with, which was James Charles and the Dolan twins. I'm not saying she owes her career to the Dolan twins, but let's be real. If you go back in her videos, those videos got the most views. She went from like, I don't even know, like I said, I don't know if she hit the million before then. Maybe she did. But those videos got like 10, 15, 20 million views. So every person that was watching the Dolan twins that had no idea who Emma Chamberlain is, because she's not a big superstar, right? Like, if you go down the road and ask people, they won't even know who she is. Unless you're really into the internet and really into YouTube, and like, you have to really know YouTube to know who she is. She's not like Billie Eilish or like, Beyonce. Okay, she's not that famous. She's just internet famous. So, but I think she's fine with that. But what I'm saying is that I don't like when she's like, oh, well, people are using me, like I can tell. And it's like, well, you used everyone as well, like, even if somebody had less followers than you, if they decided to subscribe to your channel, that's one additional person that didn't subscribe to your channel before. Like the people that liked Ellie, they might have liked her because she was really tall and pretty and she's like a model. And then she started collabing with you and they're like, oh, Emma's cool. I'm going to watch Emma. And the same thing with Hannah. Like every person that you collabed with, it doesn't matter if they had 100,000 followers, 1,000,000 followers, 2,000,000 followers, or 10,000,000 followers. Everyone you collabed with up until that point contributed to your success because Emma's not on commercials. I mean, she's in a few magazines. She's not on TV. She's not really well known. So unless you're really into the internet and, you wouldn't know her. So, and I really found her through David Dobrik when she, I think that's the first time I saw her collab in one of his videos, and then I saw a video with her, and I just clicked it out of nowhere, and I was like, oh, this girl's really cool. So I'm not saying she doesn't have talent. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying she doesn't have talent in her editing skills when she was first coming up. No, I'm not saying she's not funny. I'm just saying she's changed completely. And now she's like completely paranoid about these girls. I mean, the girls that she was friends with Olivia and Amanda, they're completely out of the vlogs. And it's like, she's like on her, when she was with that Call Me Daddy, she's like, she said something to the effect that, would she be friends with these people if they weren't filming? And it's like, but that's the point, is if you're in LA and you have LA friends, they want to make money too, right? Like look at David Dobrik and his group of friends. Do you really want your friends broke? Because your friends, then you expect to have friends that are like going to work every day while you're just sitting around, and they have aspirations and dreams too. So I think what she's getting at is she doesn't want anybody in the business. But let's be real. Her boyfriend would not be going to Coachella if he wasn't dating Emma. I wholeheartedly believe that. She doesn't post with him, but the people know and they go to the shows through that. So he is becoming famous through her, whether she wants to believe it or not. Yes, if she had more pictures of him on her Instagram and they took pictures together and this and that, he may have more followers, but do you, at the same time, do you want your boyfriend to really be broke? Because he's in the music industry. So of course he's also, climbing the ladder. Now, would she have that same boyfriend if she wasn't famous? No. I'm not saying she wouldn't have a boyfriend. She's a cute girl and she's funny and, and all of those things. But she would not be dating role model Tucker, somebody that's, goes on tour and is going to be in Coachella. She would not be dating that specific person. So I just think it's really hypocritical. I think, I think she needs to step back and really look at her career and what she's done in the past. And would she be where she's at if she had not collabed with the Birdies, or Gerties, if she had not done videos with Tana Mojo, if she had not, David Dobrik, a lot of people found her through David Dobrik's vlogs as well. So she has David Dobrik and the Dolan twins and James Charles. If she had not collabed with any of those people, would she be where she's at today? That's the question. I highly doubt it. Because like I said, each time you collab with someone, they see her and that's another person that didn't know who you were and now is like, oh, because Emma's kind of like more of a word of mouth famous. The Dolan twins were way more famous than her. And James Charles as well. So she's kind of more of a word of mouth type person that kind of, she was never like super commercial. She's still not. I mean, I know she was at the Met Gala and stuff, but not everybody watches that either. So you just have to, because most people that didn't know who she was were just like, oh, and I don't even think that part was televised. I think it was just on YouTube. So that was interesting. But people really get ahead of themselves, and get a big head when they get a certain amount of followers. I think when she started getting like 6 million followers or something, she was just done. She was like, I don't owe anybody anything. I'm not going to collab with any of my friends. They're going to have to. But you know what? Collabing with people can be fun, and if you truly think that the only reason they're hanging out with you is to acquire fame, I mean, I can understand how that could hurt your feelings, but I'm sure they like you as well. It's just everybody's trying to make it, and she has all her friends are in the entertainment industry. So she would have to scratch her boyfriend and all of her friends that she's known up to this point. Because Hailey Bieber, they're all, they all are looking for fame and fortune. And Hailey Bieber's YouTube channel wasn't popping off. So she was collabing with Emma. But yeah, she's a big name, but she wasn't big in YouTube. And she's still not. So, if you don't want anybody to want to be your friend or date you, then you're going to have to change everyone in your life. All your friends and your boyfriend. Because the boyfriend that you say you like so much, he is an up and coming act. He's not headlining anything. He's just kind of under the radar, and he did gain a lot of attention and followers because nobody would know who he was if it wasn't for Emma. So let's just be real. Okay? If you want to be real, let's be real. And also, like I said, go back to the very beginning. And would you be where you're at if it wasn't for all the people you collabed with? I highly doubt it. I think the Dolan twins was, where she and the James Charles collabs, that's where she really gained a lot of her followers. And then David Dobrik. Let me jump over to another issue I had because I want to, I don't like to make these too long. She's saying, oh, she's taking a break and, she needed a break. I'm sorry, but you're 20 years old. You're healthy. You're young. You're full of energy. Video, making a 15-minute video, I don't feel sorry for you. Everyone else has to go to work 40 hours a week while you make a 15-minute video of just doing nothing. Like, you might have to go take a shower and, slap some makeup on your face or some moisturizer because she doesn't wear makeup in a lot of her videos. So she's not even doing that. And we're supposed to feel sorry for you that you've been doing this job for 4 years. Also, you have the other thing that these influencers and YouTube people don't understand is they also have the option of making the videos ahead, okay? Which we don't have the option to do at work because we have to spend our time in exchange for the money. While you could literally make 4 videos in one day and have a month's worth of content. You could take months off, and I don't know why, why she doesn't. If she's supposed to be so business savvy, why doesn't she have backup videos? Nobody even needs to know you're in a bad mood or that you're having a bad month or a bad week or a bad year even. You could, when you're feeling good, do 4 videos at one time. Nobody would know the difference because all you're doing in the videos is videotaping yourself cook something or drive in the car. Videos are very boring now for Emma. So she could just do a drive-through, let's taste this food or let's do this. I mean, she could literally do 2 months of content in one day and nobody would know the difference. Just change your outfit and start videoing in the morning and do a 15-minute vlog about cooking breakfast and hanging out with your cats, and then skip to lunchtime and show going grocery shopping like you always do, and make that a 15-minute, vlog talking about something, and then do one at night, or, driving around at night and showing, the nightlife. I mean, she could make several videos in a day. There's so many hours in a day, and her videos are only 15 to 20 minutes long. So if you're telling me a healthy young 20, I'm supposed to feel sorry for a healthy young 20-year-old millionaire that is complaining about making a 15-minute video a week that she has edited. I'm sorry, it's not there, and I don't feel sorry, and that's a very entitled way to think of things when everyone else has to work 40 hours a week and go to school. Some people are doing half school, half work. Most people have to do both. My nephew's 21. He does part-time work, part-time school. I've always worked 40 hours. My sister, everybody works 40 hours. It's either school or work or both. And you're complaining about making millions just making a 15-minute video. And like I said, she has the option to do things we don't even know about. She could literally, if Emma wanted to, she could take 3 days that she's feeling good and video like 8 videos, and you wouldn't even know. That'd be like 3 or 4 months of content, and she could just take off. We don't need to know when you're in a bad mood. You don't need to stop the videos. And I actually think it's kind of unprofessional that you don't have backup videos to throw up, because why don't you? That's really weird in my opinion. If YouTube's your life, you should just be able to video a few things here and there. You love cooking. You love all these things. You could talk about your books and what's going on, doing your vacation, whatever. But nobody really needs to know about what's going on in your real life. I think you need to take advice from other YouTubers and start, videotaping yourself in advance. And that way you can take the time off and have your mood swings and your issues and things like that. You have a video to throw up there so people aren't just hanging. And then you get all these videos about Emma quit YouTube. Well, that's not true. She's just doesn't want to, she's doesn't want a video for 15 minutes for one day is basically it. So those are my bones to pick with influencers. Emma specifically lately has really hit a nerve, especially listening to her on that podcast. I didn't listen to the whole thing. I listened to the second half, about 20 minutes, and I listened to her last podcast, and I've just about had it with the influencers and their entitled attitudes. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below, and please like and subscribe, and I hope you all have a good day. Bye.